Hello everyone, Cousin here, and in this video I'm gonna be solving Wordle number 1203 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for October 4th, 2024. Let's get this video started with Wordle number 1203. I'm gonna start with the word sugar. Alright, none of those letters are grey, so I'm gonna guess another word with 5 different letters. Let's go with clone. Alright, got the L yellow. So L goes somewhere else in this word, but I've also placed the E last. So there should be another vowel. Might be I. It might be I. For example, while. I feel like while or white. Oh, but what am I saying? White does not contain L. So let me try while and see where this brings me. Okay, indeed I placed the L, but I is not in the correct position. It's most likely second. Something I something LE, title. Let's go with that. And the answer is title. Alright, so I got today's Wordle answer in 4 tries. So yeah, after I guessed clone and while, I placed the L and E, and after I deduced that I had to go second, I immediately saw the word title. So that's how I guessed today's Wordle answer, title, in 4 tries. So yeah, I'll take that. This is Wordle number 1203. After I'm done with this, let's move on to New York Times Sudoku. Again, today is October 4th, and I'll be solving the hard difficulty Sudoku for today. These sevens force the digit 7 into this cell in block 5. These sevens point down, and this cell sees another 7. Okay, this 7 points down and this 7 points left. So in block 7, the digit 7 is forced into row 9, which eliminates 7 from this cell. So the digit 7 in block 9 is forced into this cell. Interesting pattern going on in block 4. This 6 points left. So in block 4, the digit 6 is forced into column 3. These 9s point up and this cell sees another 9. So in block 1, the digit 9 is forced into this cell, and then these 9s force the digit 9 into one of these 2 cells in block 2. Alright, these 8s force the digit 8 into one of these 2 cells in block 2, and these 2 cells form an 8-9 pair. Oh, but this also sees 8, so we don't even need to consider about the pair, because I can first place the 8 in this cell, and followed by the 9. So yeah, first I place this 8, then I can place this 9. These 8s point down. This 9 points down, and this 9 points right. So in block 5, the digit 9 is forced into row 6, and then these 9s further point right. This cell sees another 9. This 6 points up, and after 9 occupied this cell, I can force the digit 6 into column 5 in block 2, and then these 6s point down, and this cell sees another 6. So in block 8, the digit 6 is forced into this cell. And then after I place the 6, I can force the digit 6 into this cell in block 7. And remember that the digit 6 in block 4 is forced into column 3, so these 6s point up to force the digit 6 into one of these 2 cells in block 1. The missing digits of column 6. What am I talking about? This is column 4, never mind. as I was saying, the missing digits of column 6 are 1, 2, and 3, where these two cells see another 1. So in column 6, the digit 1 is forced into this cell. And then we got a 2, 3 pair left in this column. These 1s point right, and this cell sees another 1. This one points down, and this one points right. I mean, points left. The one on the right points left. Sorry, got the direction mixed up. But anyway, my point is that in block 7, the digit 1 is forced into one of these two cells, which are both in row 8. So I can further point out that the digit 1 in block 8 is forced into one of these two cells. Hmm. Alright, I think the next thing to do is to fill in or mark the missing digits of some rather restricted rows or columns or blocks. For example, the missing digits of row 3 are 1, 3, 5, and 6. This cell sees 1 and 6, so it can only contain either 3 or 5. This cell sees 5, so it's 1, 3, or 6. And this cell sees 1, so it's 3, 5, or 6. In column 2, the missing digits are 1, 3, 5, and 8. This cell sees 1 and 5, so it's 3 or 8 only. This cell sees 1, so it's 3, 5, or 8. Oh, by the way, this cell is 3 or 6 because the missing digits of block 4 are 3, 5, 6, and 8, but this cell sees 5 and 8. So it can only contain either 3 or 6. Oh, wait. It also cannot contain 6 because they are here. Oh, so that's actually interesting. Again, this cell sees 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. It must be a 3 because this cell sees every other digit. This cell cannot be 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the only digit that can go into this cell is 3. So this cell has to be a 3. Because in Sudoku, we must put at least one digit into every cell. We can't leave cells empty in Sudoku. So we must fit a digit into this cell and into every cell. But 8 other digits cannot go into the cell. The only digit that can go into this cell is 3, so it must be a 3, because it can't be anything else. Alright, 3 in this cell is now eliminated. I can complete column 6 by placing the 2 and 3. This 3 points down and this 3 points left. So in block 7, in block 7, the digit 3 is forced into row 8, and then these 3s point right. Okay, the reason why I hesitated for a moment is that I marked the 3 into the cell, so I was thinking if that affected anything, and I think it actually allows me to place this 8 into the cell. Because earlier I marked the reason why I marked 3 and 8 into this cell, because this cell could only contain 3 or 8, and now 3 is eliminated, it must be an 8. We can do just a quick double check. This cell sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Oh, it also sees 5, sorry, and 9. So this cell sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So the only digit that this cell does not see is 8. And once again, we can't leave we can't leave cells empty, so we must fit one digit into every cell. And it cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So 8 is the only digit that can go into this cell, so it must be an 8, because it can't be anything else. Alright. Um, 8 in this cell is now eliminated because of this 8. I can force the digit 8 into this cell in block 8, and then I can immediately force the digit 1 into this cell in block 8. These 8s point right, and this cell sees another 8. The missing digits of block 8 are 2, 5, and 9. Okay, 2 and 3 are the missing digits of row 7. Alright, the missing digits of block 4 are 5, 6, and 8. This cell sees 8, so it's 5 or 6. Oh, sorry, I should have followed up. Um, what I mean is that I should have eliminated 8 from this cell immediately I placed this 8. So now this cell cannot contain 6 and 8, which are the other missing digits of block 4. So this cell must be a 5, and in addition to that, this cell also sees 8. So I can actually complete block 4 by placing the 5, 6, and 8. These 8s point right, and this cell sees another 8. Actually, I should just mark down that the missing digits of row 4 are 4, 8, and 9. Okay, the digit 4 in block 5 is forced into this cell, followed by the 9, and 3 and 5 are forced into these two cells as the missing digits of block 5. And then in this row, in row 5, there are 4 open cells. We have a 3-5 pair over here, meaning that the other two cells contain the other missing digits, 2 and 6. But this cell sees another 6, so I can actually place the 2 and 6 like this. And then row 6 is missing 1, 3, and 5. Okay. 1 and 3 are the missing digits of column 2. Okay, this cell cannot contain a 9. Okay, these 7s point left. Okay, I do see something. Okay, let's mark down the missing digits of these 4 cells. Okay, because we have a 2-3 pair in block 9. We have a 2-3 pair here. So that means the other 4 open cells contain the missing digits 4, 5, 8, and 9. But these two cells see this 8, so 8 goes over here. These two cells cannot contain 8, so they're down to 4, 5, and 9. And now, look at column 7. In column 7, there are 3 cells which only contain 4, 5, and 9. There are 3 open cells which only contain 3 certain digits. So, in order to avoid empty cells, we have to keep these 3 digits into these 3 cells. We have to keep 4, 5, and 9 into these 3 cells to avoid any empty cells. Because if I were to put, let's say, a 4 somewhere else in this column, let's say here, okay, then 4 are eliminated from these 2 cells. This is then made a 9. And then what do these 2 cells be? Okay, so 4 and 9 end up here, but so as the 8. So that would be an empty cell, and this is a huge problem. So we have to keep 4, 5, and 9. We have to keep these 3 digits into these 3 cells. Otherwise, um, there would be an empty cell, and that's absolutely disastrous for Sudoku puzzles. So, yeah, this 459 triple eliminates these three digits from all other open cells in this column. No other open cells in this column can contain 4, 5, and 9 because they are kept into these three cells. This makes the other three open cells in this column a 135 triple. I'm not sure if there's any... No, it's not a 135 triple. Oh, no. Okay, that's a... See, if I carried on solving the puzzle like that, it would have been a huge mistake, but luckily, I double-checked that. 5 should be eliminated from the cell, and the triple should contain 1, 2, and 3 instead. But actually, these two cells see another 2. So in this 1, 2, 3 triple, this cell ends up being a 2, because the other two open cells in this triple cannot contain 2, so 2 must go up here, leaving behind a 1, 3 pair. Okay, this cell cannot contain 5, and this 5 points right, and now that 2 occupied the cell, I can force the digit 5 into column 8 in block 3. This 2 points left to force the digit 2 into row 2 in block 2. Alright, let's fill out the other open cells in this block. The missing digits of block 2, apart from 2 and 6, are 1 and 3. And as you can see, the same thing happens in row 1. In row 1, there are exactly 2 open cells which only contain 2 specific digits, 1 and 3. So the only combinations are 1, 3 like this, or 3, 1 the other way. So to avoid empty cells, both 1 and 3 have to be kept into these two cells. I don't care about the order. It's just that I have to keep 1 and 3 into these two cells. So this 1, 3 pair eliminates 1s and 3s from all other open cells in this row. Meaning that this cell cannot contain 1 and 3, it must be a 6. Alright, sorry, pressed the wrong thing. Okay. Yeah, so this cell's made a 6. And then these two open cells in row 1, which are not part of the 1, 3 pair, contains 4 and 5 as the missing digits. These 6s point up, and this cell sees another 6. Okay, this cell is a 7, because I was looking at column 1. The missing... No! Wait, hold up. Okay, it's not guaranteed to be a 7, but it's either 4 or 7. The thing that threw me off was this 3. I thought 3 was a missing digit, but apparently not. I just somehow did not eliminate 3 from the cell. So, the missing digits of column 1 are 1, 4, 6, and 7. This cell sees 1 and 6, so it's 4 or 7. This cell sees 6 and 7, so it's 1 or 4. This cell sees 4 and 7, so it's indeed 1, 6. This cell sees... I don't think it sees any of those, so it's 1, 4, 6, or 7. Hmm. Oh, this cell cannot contain a 5. Because earlier I found out that in block 3, the digit 5 is forced into column 8, which eliminates 5 from this cell. and it also sees 1. So for row 6, this cell cannot contain 1 and 5, which are the other missing digits, so this must be a 3. Making this cell a 1 because it also sees 5, and this cell is a 5. So row 6 is completed. This cell now sees 3, so I can make this 2 and 3 to complete row 7. These 3's point up to force the digit 3 into this cell in block 3. Okay, yeah. The missing digits of row 3 are 1, 5, and 6, but this cell now sees 1 and 6. So this must be a 5, making this cell a 6 because it also sees 1, and this cell is a 1 to complete this row. 1 in this cell is now eliminated. The missing digits of column 1 are 4, 6, and 7, but this cell sees 6 and 7. So now this cell must be a 4, making this cell a 6, a 7, and this cell a 6 to complete this column. This cell now sees a 1, so it must be 3, which makes this 1 and this a 1. A 2, 3 pair is left in block 2. Okay, this cell now cannot contain 5. It must be a 4, which makes this a 5 to complete row 1. This is a 7 down here, 3 and 2 to complete block 7. The missing digits of block 3 are 1 and 4, but this cell sees 1. So I can place 4 and 1 like so. 4 in this cell is now eliminated. 8 and 9 are the missing digits of column 8, and we have 4 and 8 as the missing digits of column 9, but this cell sees another 4. So this cell is supposed to be an 8, making this cell a 4, this a 9, this an 8, this a 9, this a 5, and following the markings around, the Sudoku puzzle, okay, sorry. 2 in these 2 cells are eliminated, making this side 2, and the Sudoku puzzle is complete. Alright, I finished today's New York Times Hard Sudoku in 19 minutes and 50 seconds. Alright, I would say this puzzle is quite straightforward, like yesterday's puzzle, but puzzle was even more straightforward than today's. Because yesterday was all pairs and triples, but this puzzle, this Sudoku puzzle, apart from pairs and triples, were the more important ones, or the very key pairs and triples, I would say, include the 4, 5, 9 triple in column 7, the 4, 5, 9 triple in column 7, which helped place the 2 for this column, and also the 1, 3 pair in row 1 after that. The 1, 3 pair in row 1, which placed the 6. I would say these are the more key pairs or triples. Yeah. I don't really recall other tricky pairs or triples to spot. But another thing that helped was to mark down the missing digits of restricted rows, columns, or blocks. That way you can know when you eliminate some digits, you can place whatever digit is left available in that cell. It's good for making deductions, so do the markings effectively and correctly, and it should be no problem for you in today's puzzle. Alright, so hopefully this video helped. Even if you have any other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll be glad to reply you. Today is October 4th, 2024. See you all in tomorrow's New York Times Hard Sudoku Solve, and also in Wordle, because as you know, now I solve Wordle and Sudoku in one video every day. So this video, I've solved Wordle number 1203 and today's New York Times Hard Sudoku. So tomorrow's video, I'll be doing the same thing, but for tomorrow. Okay, bye. See you then.